Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're having a great day because I know that I sure am. Today we're going to be hopping back into our Let's Play series for Valheim where every death matters. Alright, so here we are. Let's take a recap of where we were, where we are now. So it looks like we were kind of gathering resources to try to see if we can kind of like slingshot us ahead. Looks like we're kind of dipping into bronze a smidge and whatnot. We kind of built a little bit of a kind of like a little bit of a home. So let's take a quick little bit of a recap of where we kind of working on. So we did have a, a bit of efficiencies when it comes to the armor and weapons. It looks like we were kind of gearing towards trying to get more sophisticated when it comes to technology part, and then we kind of found our way where we're gonna stay. So we have a base that's kind of off here on the cove little spot, and it has pretty much a surrounding parts of water, so I should be able to kind of like dock anywhere I want to. And we liked this location, so we kind of dropped a base here. So I'm going to transfer this into some sort of outpost base or whatever. I built just something to kind of get us by. So this right here is going to be just purely just made for, laying in our heads to sleep, and as well as to get that resting buff. So everything that I'm going to try to see if I can do is going to be like resting buff oriented here. I might do a couple of extra decorations just for funsies, but ultimately it's going to be just to put our head down to sleep and have a spot for our personal chest. What this will entail, I don't really even know yet, but I do want to build, I think, on this wall right here. Oh, what a way to start the on a foggy day. Okay, we got to kill the shaman first. So damn, it got me. That's okay. It's still early in the fight, so it should be okay. At least I was able to get my rested buff, because that's going to be huge when it comes to oh, I blocked that. I do have a health potion, worst case scenario. Alright, let's get back to the swing. Okay, we see the shaman here. There we go. I can just start doing that from now on. Another brute. I like this raid early on because it gives you all of the stone, and all of that is crucial right now, because I think I started actually running out of stone. And I was looking at my last videos, and I actually didn't even oh shit, what do you call it, get that bee farm or beehive. Oh, that was kind of sweet actually. Oh, right. Okay. Okay, I see the shaman way over there in the distance, so I can afford to kill these peeps. Alright, now let's get some stam. Here we go. I like the fact that I can like double stagger the brute. It's kind of like why I like using the sword. It's just that the extra cleave. Oh no! It's alright. It's alright. Regather. But you can kind of like slash like multiple units. That's why I tend to favor towards the swords. That, and I mean, I just always been a swords guy. As far as like, the three like main, which is like the blunt, pierce, whatever. It's pretty much that way with any game for me. I gravitate towards swords rather than spears or maces or clubs or whatever it may be, unless I'm kind of doing like a fun build. But if I was to choose something that I find is the most fun or whatever, it's always going to be actually I kind of want to Can we just put all the extra crap in here as well? I don't need all of this. I kind of need another storage chest just for now. This is just to kind of like get me by. None of this is going to be a staple fixture of the build. Just enough to kind of like just kind of dump and keep going. Dude, is that all these rocks in the formation like that? Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. And then, might as well. Okay, this rock actually has to go too. So I'm you know, happy with the little pop-up shop for our home. I think it is how do you say it? Like, you know, it's gonna serve whatever purpose that I have it under. There we go. Okay. So I wish it was a little bit bigger, you know, kind of like, you know, retrospect, kind of looking back at it. I could definitely kind of like build some sort of topper or whatever, but, you know, because I was kind of like thinking, I'm probably going to be here for a while, let's be real. And usually your home base is always supposed to be kind of your biggest building. I mean, traditionally with like Viking lore or whatever, they use like their town hall is generally the biggest portion of the. I might as well just grab this crap too. The biggest portion of. Actually, I'll take that. I will keep the necktails and whatnot. I'll snag the wood because I think I'm going to need it. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of like thinking, because if I need to fix anything, I might as well fix it now. It doesn't give me epic home vibes. It gives me just a regular house on the prairie over here. Yeah, it's fine. Let's just not overthink it, guys. Let's just get in here. So one thing that I do want to build, I'm going to build, I think, 2 more buildings. So I'm going to build one on that side and then one on that side. And one is going to be like a kitchen type vibe, and the other one's going to be like my crafting storage. I'm thinking both of them are pretty solid. I kind of like the little lily pads that are like right here. So maybe I can use this as kind of like a, you know, ambiance or scenery or whatever, as opposed to over here it's just kind of, you know, empty waters, if you want to call it that. But okay, so in that kind of said, let's go ahead and I think build the kitchen. Let's build the kitchen tavern type thing over here on this side, and then that over here we can do just crafting. So I would rather do this side first because I kind of need a place to I need to get rid of this, and to get rid of this, which means I would have to have some place to be able to do my repairing and all that good stuff. So let's grab our hoe and flatten out as much as we need to flatten out. I don't want to step into the water because I kind of like the idea of, you know, greenery and stuff like that that's around. I'm probably going to have to fill in a few spots. Let me just grab my stone now. Because I kind of like layers unless it's done on purpose or whatever here. I don't think I'm going to try to transition to anything with, is that a rock? Anything like as far as like elevation kind of goes. So I'm going to try to see if I can keep it to here. So this is probably going to be a little bit bigger of a building than this right here because it needs to hold so much. So I plan on having kind of like both my forge materials as well as my workbench and my storage unit. So it's going to have to hold a bit of capacity here. So let's go ahead and try to see if we could top off the areas that we need to top off. Oops, I'm out of the workbench. Boom, boom. This is all just kind of like a rough estimate, I think. And I want some sort of like patio, maybe to put like my kilns and things like that around. So I'll figure out what that means. I mean, it's kind of fine. Is that? It is down a little bit. Okay. So I'm gonna go right there, right there, right there. I think that might be good. Let's see. Yeah, Yeah, that's efficient. Okay, so how do I want to do this? So I kind of want to have this like somewhat like all kind of like on the same axis or axis as far as building kind of goes. So I think I might actually just have some staple units just here. Well, I kind of can't, huh? And I kind of want to build them differently. So this one right here, I think I'm going to have this one on the ground too. I guess it really truly doesn't matter, does it? No, but I am going to have this one on the ground. I want to make each building kind of like look a little bit different as well as have different functions, you know. But let's just see what I have here. I'm probably going to need additional workbench. Actually, is there a workbench over here that I can snag? Yes. Actually, we'll take that instead. Just to try to preserve the amount of wood that I have. I'm going to slap it here for now. This is not going to stay there for very long. Let's go ahead and see what we got. I want to build this. I would say the... I think I could do that and be happy with its orientation. Yeah, I feel like that's far enough. Anything closer than that, I think it might be. But what's that gonna leave for me over here, though? Maybe I do one more. Actually, let me use this as a metric. Okay, so how wide do I need to go? 3. I could go 4. If I go 5... Let's just keep on. I think I want to go like 8 or so. And do I want to create some sort of different pattern rather than just a plain square or rectangle? I like to kind of switch up the layouts or whatever. Sometimes I force myself in awkward layouts on purpose, just to try to force me to build in a way. But there's like no plan. So I haven't really planned on what the building would look like. It's just simply just me, you know, making it work. Okay, so if I did... Do I need more wood? If I did that... Oh, actually, before I really forget, I really want to try to see if that B is still here. Yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, I'll just grab it. As I was mentioning earlier, I did notice that when I was cutting the video or editing the video, I saw that I didn't grab the B from this section over here. And I'm hoping that it's still there, because I really want it. I forgot where it came down from, though. It wasn't here. And I'm worried that it despawned because I didn't play for a minute. I don't know if it still ticks like that, but I was building that little base for a while there. So I'm worried that, like, it just despawned just naturally. You have so many days in between away from, like, a workbench. It just gets, disappears. So, let's see here. Dang, bomber, man. Yeah, I don't know how far it went to, but it wasn't this far. Okay, well, unfortunate. Not the end of the world, but it's what it is. I was hoping it'd be like right here somewhere. I just can't remember where it was. Usually you would see the little specks kind of like floating like little stars, or an indicator that something's on the ground, basically. Okay, well, let's just give up on it. I think it was like right here, honestly, so... I see beech seeds. Okay, I'm over it. Let's give up on it. Okay. So back to like what we were thinking about here. So I might actually have to kind of like push up this area. What is this? Stone? I'll take it. Push up this area over here to try to see if we can maximize the floor space. Because I think I need at least four to kind of go across. Because I might just do this, and then I want. This is probably more than enough as far as size goes to kind of like get what I want out of it. Now, I want to try to see if I can make a. It's like a giant rectangle though. Let's see, let me do some thinking. Oh, well, forest is moving again. At least I'll have the resting buff for the entirety. Just when I needed more wood. Okay. Oh my god, I blocked twice. Okay, got a Great Dwarf trophy. Okay, I need to get out of danger. Oh, I think okay, good, I got it away from there. He definitely got his attack off. Okay. Man. Oh, you're joking. Got my stamina. So I don't know if the Grey Dwarf, oh, is going to be, not Grey Dwarf, but the Shaman is going to be there in time. Where you go? Alright, good little haul here. Okay, well, let's try to see if we can put all this stuff away. I actually am going to snag some stone and have that kind of be like my little trophy chest, if you want to call it that. And then, yeah, I'm gonna grab that stone again. Boom. I can make a stone little pile. Oh, what the heck? Stone pile. Ah. I think I got like raided twice in one day. How much wood did I get out of that? 2-3 stacks. Kind of worth it. And the stone's good too. I mean, obviously I'm not doing much with stone at the moment, but there's going to be a time where I need stone. And unlike wood, where I can just kind of plant it, farm it, it's really hard to acquire. So, and it's like, once you get to the plains, obviously you can kind of do the chop down the do you call it? Those giant trees or whatever. Not trees, but stones, I mean. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's do some sleeping. Alright, so let's see where we are. I think for now I might actually just kind of run with this. I'm not mad with it. It's just try to avoid squares. I can add like a little, you know, entryway if you want to call it that. I'm cool with the size because in all reality, I mean, if you really think about it, the crafting bench is going to be about yay big. It's plenty enough room for you to do, you know, all you need to do. So I'm going to put one on one side. Or actually, do I want to put it on? Good points. Interesting. What I could do, and I kind of like this actually, this idea. What if I did this? It might, let's see what, it's kind of just theory craft here. What if I did 2 on each side, like such? I think on the corners would probably be what I was thinking about. And then having the crafting sections. Wait, excuse me. Like one over here, and then have like, you know, your room to be able to, you know, make it your higher level forge or workbench or whatever it may be, and then have all here. I can have the center here be like the mural, kind of have like, you know, your every trophy in your meadows, every trophy in your black forest, so on and so forth, and kind of have that as a kind of like a where we're at, what do we need, what can we hunt for. And then on the sides here, I can kind of like create like little nooks, if you want to call it that, and have that be like a what do you call it? Maybe over here would be, you know, irons and all that good stuff or whatever, and then over here would kind of be like your basic crafted materials. I think that'd be kind of cool. And then maybe, you know, we can lead up to this way over here, kind of like a little small little patio, and have a, you know, all the good stuff like the kilns, the forges, and not forges, smelters. I kind of like it. Okay, so how am I gonna have this then? Just to kind of like, I'm just gonna eyeball some stuff here. I'm not gonna really put anything in stone. Heh, quite literally. I think I'm gonna need at least 3. What if I did this and create kind of like a little bedroom type effect? Actually, just because I feel like these might be a staple unit, I might actually build these on the outside, and then kind of have like your chest on the sides and all that good stuff, and have some sort of like walkway in between. I kind of like 2-way walkways though, but I don't really, it's not that big of a building, so it's gonna be kind of hard to kind of like plan that around. Let's see what it'll look like first before we get kind of, oh oops. Let's see. What does this look like? I mean, actually, I don't mind it. And over here, like I said, this is going to be kind of like the little outside nooks for the workbenches as well. Okay, I can make this design work. Okay. And then this is big enough to have like another doorway here, so I'll create like another doorway. This will all just be... Only thing I'm worried about is, do I need to actually bring this one out one more? Yeah, I think I do, because if you really think about it, the storage chests are going to come out this way more than likely. I would like to do like this, but once I get into iron, I'm probably going to try to hunt for, you know, like a plains biome. I might be there just a smidge too early, but in all reality, yeah, it's not going to leave me much room to run around. So let's go ahead and kill this wall here. and then bring this section out just one more further. Should be fine. Oops. Okay, now that we have like an idea, because of the ideas there, I'm actually going to make it all the same direction. It kind of makes it easier to identify which ones I need to, you know, stagger. Alright. And then now I feel more comfortable with walking back and forth. Still enough room to kind of do your nook and all that good stuff, so it shouldn't be too bad. How the roof is going to look like, we're probably going to make the roof... Yeah, we'll go a long ways. So I have like the each side kind of going left and then right, and the peak's going to be in the middle. And I might even create a second floor, but that'd be kind of awkward. Or I might just create like a tall ceiling. Like right here, I mean, it's not very big. Doesn't really have tall ceilings super duper much or whatever. It's basically just basic needs. But I was thinking maybe if I do create a second floor, you know, maybe I have enough room to kind of create like a stairway here. I refuse to use these, just so you guys know. I refuse to use these. These things are a pain in the ass. I know I can kind of like stagger them to kind of like do like this motion towards not like, you know, as, how do you say it? Like as, you know, annoying to walk up, but it still is annoying. No matter which way you do it, it's like really hard to execute. And even if you did, it's still slightly janky. It's only just acceptable. So I try to do my damnedest to build stuff off of this, which doesn't leave me a lot of room to kind of like do. So what I might potentially do is maybe create like a, you know, what do you call it? A stairway going up to the top this way with my little building here. And maybe then I have like, you know, my trophy cases, like, not trophy cases, but like kind of like armor stands, you know, hold armor. Again, I think that's iron from my memory. I think it takes iron nails. Or I can make my dojo there for now. But then I need yeah. Could do that. Kind of like a little workout spot in the attic. Alright, let's go ahead and take care of business here. I need to destroy, starting from here. Which means this one would be dead, that one would be dead, then that one, then that one, then that one. Okay. I'm not sure if you can hear my baby girl in the back room over there, but she's having the best time watching Miss Rachel. I don't know why babies like Miss Rachel so much, but I'm grateful, I suppose. Just jealous, that's all. Okay. And then get rid of this one, and then that one, and then that one. Okay. Alright, now I'm just going to lay them back all in, and then I'm going to raise the foundation, or raise the, what do you call it, the ground, to try to, like, meet so I can kind of, like, start with level ground. Alright, let's put all that stuff back in. Doing building here. Again, this is just purely aesthetic. I like doing this. Just this small change, in my opinion, it is dramatic difference. Again, that's subjective. Oops. Really should just upgrade my hammer while I'm here. Oh, yeah, you know it's not worth it. Okay. I think in the next, actually I'm just going to top off my rested buff right here. I have a habit of getting kind of, I have a habit, I'm just going to max it out actually. I have a habit of forgetting to look at my rested buff timer, and then I usually get raided or something happens like that, and then that's when I die. So with this series, I need to be as try hard as possible when it comes to that type of stuff, because I can't really afford to lose random stuff. especially like in the later of the game. Ironically, when the game gets harder, but I like to have multiple, solutions when it comes to armor, not armor, but what do you call it? Like weaponry. So basically, I'll like, okay, well, I need this to kind of get me through whatever scenario that I'm currently facing. Okay, did I mess up anywhere? I don't think I did. But yeah, essentially, I like to carry multiples of different types of armor. Actually, I'm going to switch over here, go repair all my stuff before I get raided again. So like an example, I usually carry an axe, but I think I need to stop carrying my damn axe and just use it for when I'm chopping wood, or chopping trees down, I mean. Same thing, I guess. But, what's in here? Oh, hella stone. Okay, well, we'll do that real fast. Might as well. Where's my... Okay, we do have one extra thing here. For now, that'll do. Yeah. I'm gonna grab the, what do you call these things? The beehive for now. For one, it keeps them kind of running so they can keep restocking, but more importantly, because I'm running low on it. Okay, okay. Alright, so let's... There we go. Put that back. Perfect. I just dropped all that stone too. That's okay. Actually, I feel like I'm gonna need two things of stone. Do I have a workbench over here? I do. I kind of need to put quite a bit over here. I want this whole thing to be blue. I don't want any deficiencies when it comes to stability. Especially if I plan on doing that second floor. Okay. Can I flatten through here? Oh, I can. Okay, so now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure this is all blue. Okay. It's not gonna be good, but what do I do here? Can I hit this thing? Okay, hopefully that was enough. Perfect blue, nothing showing. Oh, you're son of a... Okay, that was me hitting the wrong button. Okay. Awesome. Did I check all this? Okay, good. Alright, so we're stable. So let's try to see if we can kind of get this up and going. So this is going to be an entryway. I like to have stairs right here. Just because it creates like a, no matter what, it's going to be a smooth transition. Okay. Let's... Oh, that's not what we're doing. We're having it here. Oh, Lord, that's a lot skinnier than I thought. The forge is just way tinier. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I could vice versa it. So have this over here and then the storage over here. Is that really what I want to do? I kind of got to, huh? Because, like, if you really think about it, you're at your tanning rack. Yeah, I can slap that outside, but I want to try to see if I can, you know, keep it in-house as much as possible. Okay. Well, okay, so let's just plan for that then. Let's create these our little crafting rooms, so to speak. I can put stuff on the outside if I have to, or up against the wall, or... Okay, in worst case scenario, I can bring this out one more. So... Okay, you know, that's not the end of the world. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and, since we got the foundation over here, what I want to try to see if I could do is raise this ground to meet this area here, because I want this to all to be like my kiln and stuff like that, so. Now, this is probably definitely not the most efficient way to do this, but... God, my stamina's awful. I kind of want at least 2 of each, so I'm going to try to see if I can create enough room to do 2 of each. Yeah, it's going to need more. Just enough to kind of keep me rolling for now. I'm going to grab a little more stone just to make sure. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Probably a little bit of overkill, but that's okay. Okay, so how... Yeah, it's okay if it's a little uneven, but, you know, it's not that bad, though. As long as you know, the only things I care about most is I don't mind it being uneven because it kind of like adds a little bit of shape to the base or whatever, but the only problems I don't like it more is when the stuff that I'm actually building on. So when I was building the foundation right there, I want everything to be blue, and it's just for structural integrity that I don't, you know, get to the very top and all of a sudden I don't know where I'm working with. So I try to make a little bit of, you know, thought when it comes to building it in the later portions of the build. All right. Double door, though. I really don't need a double door. Maybe I make this, yeah, let's do that. I really don't feel like I need a double door. Alright. Let's grab some more wood. That's where we're at. Where's our wood? Man, we used up all the wood already? Okay. Well, we can get rid of this. That's 10 pieces of wood. That's really nothing to brag about, though. Okay. So let's go ahead and try to see if we can kind of start to put up a little bit more of thought when it comes to building the base here. I kind of want to have windows here. Yeah, let's create a window. What kind of window should we create? Is the question. I don't really care about the windows on this side, so let's just do this. Boom, boom, boom. We're already out of wood. Okay, so let's top off our stuff here. Chop a couple trees down. All right, we are back. All right, so I just got back from cutting a bunch of trees down over there. Not a whole lot, but enough to kind of like get me running for like a smidge. What I do need to do is I need to repair some of my stuff. I'm trying to remember, what did was it Cinder was my last portal that had like a into the Black Forest, because I thinking when I was doing all that cutting down, I was thinking about actually taking that portal and dropping it back, because that way I can kind of get a little bit more sophisticated when it comes to the tree chopping. So I might actually take a little bit of a small detour and get that, but I think it's like over here. Actually, no, I kind of want to leave that over there, to be really honest, because what is going to end up happening is my next base, I was kind of, not base, but like my next building that I wanted to build, I think I want to build it kind of out of the core wood, or at least mostly of the core wood, just to shake it up a little bit. I've never built with core wood, but I know it can kind of like stack kind of like on the wall, but it's kind of expensive, so I really want to have a spot where I can kind of do something similar to what I just did here, which was, you know, have a place to port to easy. I can kind of go back and forth, create a chest, and get a bunch of wood. Okay, so let's get right back into the building. I do not want any sort of, even though it's a very beautiful view, well, at least I might have something up higher. I'm not sure what the building's going to look like down the road, but as far as windows go, I think I'm going to avoid using windows on the backside over here, because I want to use it primarily for the storage. Actually, I do want that window here, kind of create some sort of symmetry to it, and then create my little walls, or what do you call it, bedrooms, if you want to call it that. All right. So, and these I'm going to leave open. I don't want to close them off, but I do want to have like a, you know, like an arch here. And that's kind of going to be like my way of, oops, wrong one, kind of creating a room. I don't want to build doors inside. I feel it's kind of tedious to kind of reopen everything and then have it open and then it swings open, and so like this right here, I'm happy with that. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Oops, did I already place that? I did. Okay, that'd be good for now. And I think I'm actually going to move this one on the inside. For one, it'll give me my crafting necessity need. Actually, do you know what? I'm gonna put it right there for now. Let's build the windows. How are we gonna build our windows? I want to build it a smidge different. So what if I did this, right? Or kind of creates a... I kind of do got to go a half full. But is that going to look silly if I do this, though? Kind of does look silly. Yeah, it's like doing too much. Okay, you know, let's stick to the same format of windows over there. So basically what I do is I have a little half beam here. This kind of goes across here. And then I take out this. I then take out this. And I drop this, and I'll create a window like, oops, actually, oh, that's good. Yeah, it's doable. I don't have like any of the fun window types, so I kind of have to be a little more generic with it. But at least I can kind of like build something like this, and this kind of will create a, you know, a little bit of something. I will build more coming off of this here to try to create like less of a flat. I'll probably do the same here too, but let's do one building at a time. All right, so let's repeat what we did here. And I love the fact that they changed like the where you can kind of like scroll through your snapping points. That is like so detrimental when it comes to these building. Because I remember when this game first came out, when it came to the building, it was such a kind of like a nightmare to kind of like trigger or to try to like find the snapping point that you need. Yeah, it's fine for now. So it's kind of a definitely a quality of life thing. Okay, so that'll do for now. In fact, no, that'll just do for now. I'll deal with that later, of what I want it to look like. Okay, but now, at least now it's up. And let's put up our doors now. I kind of like these long doors. The small doors are just a nightmare. Do I want to fly in like that? Yes, I do. Okay. And then here, let's do the same. Or do I want to go in one? Or do I want to create a alternate snapping point? Like right here. So it's like kind of in, but not in at the same exact time. Yeah, I can get behind that. Why not? What does it look like if I do this? This looks silly. Let's see what that would look like. So basically, essentially what I'm trying to do here is like build like a little bit of a pillar, if you would. Kind of create like a rounded edge kind of coming in. Let's see what it looks like. Obviously this will kind of go up a little further. Wait, is that? Yeah, it is up a little higher. That's fine, but I could fix that. I kind of like it. A little bit something different. So let's do that. Let's restage all this. I do want to have this. So it's pretty much what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of creating I'm holding shift and kind of like just manually placing. And it kind of creates like a rounded edge. Okay. So let's do this. It should be fine. Is that in? Yep. Can't see with the dam. And block out the sun. Okay. There we go. I think that's kind of cool. Alright. Let's see if I can get a snapping point out of these guys. I think the snapping point's too high. Right? One was that's too high. Or is that right on point? Oh no, it's gonna rain. And I need to eat. And I need to get my rested buff. Oh, that's all kinds of bad. Alright, let's go take care of that now that I remember. The rested buff is the bigger. Let me close that just in case. The rested buff is much more important when it comes to, you know, surviving. The wet I can kind of just deal with. It's not a big deal, but you know, the stamina regeneration, the HP regeneration, all that type of stuff is like mandatory in this game. All right. Actually, can I sleep the day away? The only thing that stinks is the wood degrades. I have no mods or anything like that in here. I like to play the game. Any game that has basically like file mods, Wow, I'm really happy that I just did all of that. So it's not raining anymore, but I do have the buff, or the debuff, I would say, about stamina and everything like that kind of changing. Where is the Great Orf? Great Orf. I keep on calling him the Great Orf, the shaman that I... Damn it. He's like juking me out. Alright, let's do this again. Oh my lord. Okay. Alright, it's getting a little hairy. Okay, let's get out of this little cove here. Where's the shaman? Oh, there he is. There can only be one shaman at a time. So once I find him, then I can kind of... Same thing with the brute. Once you find them, you can kind of just like single them out. The other guys, they don't hit hard enough to really make a difference. At least at this stage of the game, where I have like troll armor. If I had like, you know, my deer armor, it would be potentially scary. Alright, where's the shaman? There he is. Oh! I'll just do this with him. That's... Ow. Alright. Well played, gents. Well played. Thank you for all that you do as far as giving me wood and harassing me. The spoils will go to our base. Fuck you very much. Okay. We do actually want to keep some of this stone though. So where can I put stone? I can put stone in here, no big deal. The rest I'm kind of just gonna toss back here. It's like my little dump spot. Okay. Let's kind of get back at it. Oh, I didn't even look. It really doesn't look that bad. There's like a small gap in between. Maybe not. It's fine. You know, I'll just leave it. Let's see what it looks like when you kind of do a... Oh, is it? Oh, oh. Well, that does matter to me. These have to be fixed. Okay, that's okay. What we're gonna do is, you know what I might do? I might just do this. It's gonna get sack into one more. But I think that actually, oh my lord. One day they'll change it. While I was there, I should have upgraded my crap. So it's a little bit in, which I think actually kind of like works out. Oh man, I wish it was just a smidgen. You know what? Better idea. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Okay. Let's go boom. And I'm going to grab a small one. Right? That's going to create me... Or no, it's this way. Oh my lord. Okay. I'm going to create a... snapping point there. Alright. Go ahead, baby. I still streaming. Those look sick. All right. And perfect. I'm actually, you know, I think that works out pretty good. So we use this as a little guide here. I mean, yeah, it kind of clips through this little thing here, but overall, it's not too bad. I think it looks pretty solid. Okay. Good enough for me. The door here can kind of... There you go. Alright. Now that we've done our thing, let's go ahead and try to reposition this to where it needs to go. And then... Boom. Sweet, so now we're kind of like doing that. So I think we're at the position where we can kind of add on to our roof. So let's go ahead and put our roof on. Or actually, no, we need to build a second story, right? Yes, that's what we talked about. I don't know what I was doing here, but that can... Okay, let's do that. Let's do... How? Well, that looks silly, right? What if I did this? Might be kind of silly, but I can see it working out. So let's do that, and then do another stairway here, and then kind of have that go here, and then another stairway here. All right. Then I mean, it kind of fits. Okay. And then actually it's gonna go here first, right? And then actually let's just do what we always do. That, and it's gonna be a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Generally, you would want like your home to kind of be the, or not your home, but like your actual bedroom to be the biggest building in the house. But you know, I guess in this case we're not gonna think that way. Kind of another thing I was partially thinking about was, what if we did like, or every building has like, you know, able to keep up with the rusted buff, which means I'd have to put a fire in every single building. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Okay, yikes. Don't we have one stack of wood left? Well, that's not going to be enough to finish the build, but we'll see. Okay, let's just get the whatchamacallums out of the way. The flooring. And let me just try to see how the house looks like on the inside. So I don't want to try to like make it feel like it's kind of small or, you know, awkward in any way. So what I might do actually is I might actually cut out the entryway here, right? maybe even that too, and create kind of like a, what do you call it? Kind of like a, you could see the second door, like maybe create like a, you know, railing kind of going across here and kind of give it like that vibe. I kind of like that. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Or, yeah, that'd be fine. Okay, that's not awful. I can make it work. Okay, cool. All right, let's get the building up. How I'm going to do this whole section over here, I have no idea. But we're going to figure it out together. All right, so this is how we do our roofing here. I always like to do one extra across the front and the back. And that allows me to kind of create like an overhang. I used to do it where I kind of create the overhang first and then I snap these in after the roof is up. I actually found it easier to just get these things up and running first and kind of just go from there. Okay, how am I gonna make this corner? Should be okay. Oh, actually, no. I need to go one more higher, huh? You're right. This is me talking to myself. It's like a Gollum and Schmeagol type thing. I'm glad I got, you know, stopped now. So the only thing that stinks is this is going to be the level that we do, right? These X pieces right here, they gotta go. Something else has to kind of go in its place. I have to figure out what that'll look like downstairs, but yeah, I can't have a giant X here. I mean, I could probably like kind of somehow incorporate that into something, but I think I'm gonna kind of go down the road of saying I don't want to do it. All right, so let's do this. What's it look like on the outside? That's fine. Same thing with here. I will create a doorway here. Interesting, I didn't think about this little section here. What we can do, so what we'll do is we'll go like this. This should allow me to... Dang. It's like not letting me snap that in. And then create the wall pieces here. And then from here, I'm just going to have to basically create a little thing here. And it's going to be a little small, little overhang, but of the... on the inside, which is not going to be that noticeable. So it should be okay in that regard. Alright, so let's create this railing effect. And the forest is moving. I needed that wood anyways. Okay. Okay. I feel like we literally just got raided like 4 minutes ago. Okay, where is the shaman? What do you got, chump? Wrong move. Wrong move. Is the brute right there? Where'd that brute go? I think I kind of built a like a boat around by accident. Okay, Okay. I found him. Okay. I desperately need to get one of those trinkets. I think the one I'm going to search for is going to be the what do you call it? The Heart of the Forest, I think is what it's called. Which is the one with the bear. Okay. Bunch of... Oh, got a straggler. Alright. So a few things, you know, are positive while getting these raids, which is, you know, kind of bukeberries can go away. A few positive things that can kind of go along with these raids is the... Let's put that in there for now. Everything else can just burn. Okay. Is I'm getting a lot of wood, stone, more importantly, skills. So my sword skill, I think, is going to be obviously probably my highest, 38, which is not bad. The more that I keep swinging my sword, ooh, you know, I would have barely missed my rested buff. And that one goes there. Everything else is I'm going to drop. Obviously, this will never despawn until I properly, you know, dispose of it. Or actually, I'm just going to sleep. Properly dispose of it, or, you know, run far away and drop it that way, and then wait the 10 or 15 days, or whatever, how to do it that way. But for now, it's not bothering me. I don't really walk back there too much, so it shouldn't be a, you know, an issue, so to speak. Okay, so I really want to try to see if I can get this building up before it starts raining again. The game likes to rain a lot, especially when I'm building. So the only thing that I don't like about the building in the rain is just the fact that out of wood, you know, if you don't get your roof up in time, it just degrades. Not that you can't repair it, just a pain to kind of like, you know, try to find every single piece of wood that has, what do you call it? You know, a little bit of, HP taken off of the top. Alright. So this one is going to be here. Now I don't mind actually making, you know, this into like a big old window. In fact, I think I'm going to. So I'm just going to leave that one completely vacant for now. And then I'll do these. And then I might actually do a window here. How do I want that to look like? I'm not sure. But actually, I'll do that for now. Or do I want a window in the middle? Yeah, actually, you know, the window in the middle would be kind of a little bit different. And, man, I really need to upgrade my freaking thing. Alright, I probably should have one more fight left in my sword. Oh. That's one thing I'm going to have to try to get used to is the way up to my secondary story isn't going to be inside the actual building. So, I'll have to try to remember that to the best of my abilities. So let's go boom. I think that I just do this. I don't want to do every. I don't want to do every single beam, because I think it'll look kind of like, you know, kind of doing too much. But I think this is fine, right? I think this will be kind of sufficient, if you want to call it that. And you know, I'm just gonna do a full piece. Oh my lord. Okay, yeah. Works for me. Like I have armor stands over here, armor stands over here. Then I can have my what do you call it? Little window dead center. God dang it. And then a window back here. Or do I want to create like some sort of like balcony? Window or balcony? Not sure. Let's just lay down what we knows and kind of go from there. So now that I have the kind of the layout a little bit, I'm going to try to see if I can get up there and then plant the 17 wood's not going to be enough. Plant the foundation portion. Oh no. Okay, well, we're going to make do with what we can with 21 pieces of wood. I believe that's 21 pieces of the foundational layer for the... I don't know. I'll just do it this... Okay. It'd be close, but it's not going to be quite enough, unfortunately, but it should be enough to at least kind of get the fundamental start to the roof. I think actually we're actually doing pretty good as far as stability kind of goes, so it's one less thing I have to worry about. There we go. Alright, let's go take care of the tree business here and figure out where... Alright, I'll see you guys when we get back. Alright. Welcome back. Alright, so, yep, just did some more tree chopping. I got a few stacks of wood, just enough to kind of like, I think, finish this build, so that way we can kind of like move on to the next phase. I think what I'll probably do here is kind of go and maybe get a little bit more materials, kind of get out there in the world. That way we can kind of like, you know, give a break from building. I do need to build the other building that's over there. But you know, actually, how do I want to do this, right? So, how do I want to... I kind of want to definitely build these railings here. So, obviously, it's going to go like that. Like that. Ooh, that's red. Do I want to do every other thing like this? I think it'll be fine. Okay. The forest is moving. Alright, where are we at with our stamina? Okay, so we do need to kind of like get a little bit more food. Okay. Where's the shaman? Oh, there he is. He's in the back. Okay. I blocked it. That one I did not block. at me. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. The poison doesn't, you know, hurt as much. Definitely the only way that I die is by, you know, the poison and the, what do you call it? Brute hit. Oh, it's gonna rain. That's alright. Okay. Let's throw out some wood in there. So I need to go back to the other base, repair, and I might bring over all the kilns and stuff like that over to kind of like get the shape of what that's gonna look like even too. It's not doing me a whole lot of good over there anyhow, so should be whatever. All these woods I dropped. Okay, perfect. All that resin. Alright, so let's go in here. Could probably sleep the night away over here, but it shouldn't really matter. Grab all that. Grab all that. What's in here? Oh, hella coal. Alright, so this stuff right here, I'm gonna have to, you know, manually run over. Can I grab? I can grab all that, at least. Okay. Ah, I went over there for the main reason to repair my sword. And upgrade, now that I remember. I guess I can kind of just make another chest just real fast. And then that chest is going to be kiln, all that. I do want to take, I think, some wood and some stone. I don't want to grab full stacks because I want to try to see if I can bring a little bit over, since I have to go back over there. I'm going to repair my sword this time. And that way, if I do get ready again, I have my strongest item. And I want to repair my stuff here. Not repair, but upgrade, I mean. So I'm going to upgrade the hammer to its full capacity. And then same thing with the hoe. Because why not? Okay, I'm happy with that. And then repair. And then do we have any more food? It's not much, but it's whatever. I'm just gonna leave that for now. There's no need to grab all that. I do actually want to try to see if there's anything I can grab here. I thought I was placing like stone and wood over here. Let's bring in stone. All this cart. Why not? I'm actually going to grab all of this stone and then just walk through the portal, and then I think I can just make stacks of stone for now. Kind of give me a little bit more space to kind of work with. And I'm probably going to need that cart when it comes to transferring all of the materials over. Okay. Sweet. Alright, so it's pouring rain, which is not ideal. I did get some wood out of it, though. We'll go through the building slowly and make sure that we have all of our things upgraded, because it'll bug me to the fullest. I'm gonna change that arrested buff. Okay. Kind of gives me a little bit better of a runway. Oh, I forgot to do this one. Alright, let's go get our arrested buff. And dry off, I guess. Okay, dokie. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at something real quick. Okay. I see. I was just seeing how that basically formed out. I mean, I know how it forms out, but I wanted to kind of like try to see if I can tweak with it a smidge. But I'm not going to. I think... Do I want to go a small incline or a big incline? It's already kind of a big building. I think I'm just actually going to create a small incline. Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah, let's go that way. And then... God dang it, I hate when I do that. Let's do that. Might have to get some logs somewhere and try to like incorporate that part of the build, because yeah, I'm pretty much... I think I could build one more after this, I think. Maybe. But no matter. Actually, I could probably tie it in like that, and it should kind of like bounce back as far as stability kind of goes. Okay, let's try to see what it would look like. Auto snap. Let's just get this. I'm actually going to sleep through the night once I put this last one up. Okay. I just want to sleep through the night, mainly just because it's probably better to view it on your side. I could see just fine, but you are wet. And it'll probably hopefully get rid of all the rain. Alright, as it did, nice. And then let's do that. Eventually we're going to have to put that there anyhow, so it should be whatever. But I wanted to make sure that we are Oh, dang it. I gotta kill that last one. I didn't realize what I did there. I threw this whole wall off. It's okay. Alright, so let's kill that wall too. So that should be the overhang. I was like overhanging the overhang. Best way to explain it. I think that should be, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, hopefully I don't have to roll into any sort of core wood, but, you know, I might have to. I do have a little bit of core wood down there, so I don't think I would need a whole lot anyways, but just in case. Alright, so let's go and get... I'm just gonna do one on each side. Okay, there we go. I want to do this. Which side are we on? Oh my god, that's not it. I'm just gonna do it from down here. It'll be easier to tackle. Okay. Wow, dude, I just did the forces moving. This time I didn't get to spin all the wood. Excuse me. I think at pretty much this rate, I'm pretty much invincible to the Grey Dwarfs. What? I thought I killed him. I don't know. Alright. Well, now that's all said and done and over. Okay. I definitely did need more wood, so this, I guess, was good. Alright. Where are we? Okay, so let's drop everything that's not needed no more. I wish I had my freaking, you know, trash can thingy where you can kind of like get an infinite amount of coal by that type of stuff. Okay, so that's where we're at. We're putting up the building. I'm trying to ignore all the gray spots. I think... I think I got the roof on wrong. I don't really want to do that because it's going to be a high peak in here in the middle if I keep raising up that high. Yeah, I messed up. Okay, let's fix this right now while we can. Yeah, because I was kind of thinking, it's like, man, I feel like I shouldn't have to have core wood to kind of like fill in the gaps. Okay, I'm about to do another one of those. Yeah, basically what I did wrong was I was putting all this stuff on backwards. So essentially all this, god dang it, is supposed to go on the other side. I'll explain. I'll show. It'll make more sense. So essentially if I did the roof this way, it would kind of like peak up too high. So the peak would be really high to a point where I would probably have to have core wood to kind of like make that happen. But it's actually going to be like this. This is how I'm going to have the build. So this one over here, my peak is going to be dramatically smaller. So I don't have to worry about that as much. And then I might actually even kind of like in the middle right here. So I'm thinking 1, 2. I do like a little pop-up stand and kind of go like a little bit higher on it. Let's see. I'm glad I caught that now. Rather than finding out later that I need to remap all that crap. Okay, so I have... Is that one more on each side? Why do I feel like I'm off? I am off by 1. That's okay. That's going to be unfortunate because I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do there. Okay, that's fine. I'll make it work. What I wanted to do was kind of create like a little, kind of like a secondary roof that kind of like pops it like right above the center. But that's okay. Actually, I didn't take these down yet. Okay. Let's just put the building up. Let's talk about it. Do I want to build any sort of like spot here then? This I can do. Okay. I think so. I think I might actually do that. Let's put the building up. Let me do this. So right now I gotta figure out how am I gonna have this section of the house. I could do that, but there's already an overhang onto it, so it's like, I think I just do the corner pieces, right? And try to match up the corner piece. Is that 26? It is 26. Why is it not? And then I can go inner, right? And that should be perfect fit. Okay. Am I off 1? I am off 1. There we go. And then inner side, and then that should fit. Boom. Oh, it doesn't fit, does it? I see here. Let's do the same over here. It kind of does. I mean, I might be able to blend it together anyways, but... Okay. Well, let's just keep rolling, because I think I can kind of do this, then do this, and then there should be an X here. Let's go with that formation of an X. Actually, might leave that as a hole. All right, let's see where this kind of goes. Let's figure out the layout of the on this side. So this is obviously what it's going to look like. But I was going to kind of like stop it, I think, like right here in this the center here, and kind of like pop that up a one back here. I don't know. So let's just take this back for now, so I don't get confused with that's going to be a staple. And let's just put the house up. Okay. Tackle that last. Ooh. Okay, without support though, it's going to be rough. So what if I then... Right. Make this as if this isn't an issue. And then do my floors here rather than... Kind of got to, huh? So how many is this? Is this 3 out? It is 3 out. Is that still poking? Not ideal, but it's not awful either. No one will even notice it. Okay. Let's go. Corner 2 is fine. Alright, that way I can maintain its shape, and then it's going to be easy peasy from all the way through. I might have to do something similar to there to the center, but it's neither here nor there. Alright, let's get this up. Okay, you know, I still might have some structural integrity issues. Well, let's kind of get this... Oops, something's breaking. That's fine. That's not fine. Stop breaking. Well, if it breaks, then I can kind of see where we need to add in the support. I was trying to avoid using core, but if that's what it wants, then that's what it gets. I was trying to save all that core for the next building. What? Oh, I see what happened here. Okay, that's fine. What we're going to do here, we're just going to create the stability. I do have it on that side. Okay. So grab. Okay, that should be enough to kind of make it to where I can do that. Alright. Still a bunch of red. Alright. Which means if this is having structural integrity issues, I'm probably not going to be able to build up another story, so... Or another layer on the roof piece there. Okay, can I go top? There we go. Okay, I need more wood. I mean, so far it's kind of coming together. I like it. It's a little different shape, so at least it feels a bit smidge different. And once I start putting kind of details on the outside, I feel like it's going to kind of be a win in that regard. So I'll kind of like make this an overhang too, and I'll make that side an overhang, and then I'll kind of do something, you know, like a window here, and I might, you know, do something over here too. So we'll kind of we'll put some thought into it. We'll make it look okay. All right. Okay, for grins and giggles, I'm going to try to see if I can run this all the way through. More than likely can't, but I want to see if I can, because sometimes they can kind of help each other out. You know what I mean? As far as like stability kind of goes. So it's already a no. Let me just try one more time. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna let it fall as it mays. That way I can kind of like really see where it's at. There we go. Alright, so this is about as far as I can go. Why this side is stronger than that side is beyond me. What I can do is this. Ah, I see, okay. That's fine. If I do that, that should give me some stability here. Enough to at least be able to put these on. And since I kind of was thinking about making this like kind of like my mural anyways, it'll work out. Because I need the extra surface area. Okay, so that's up. Now we'll try one more time. I don't have high hopes here because all this is... Actually, these might be held up by the other one. This right here. What I actually could do, it might look kind of tacky, but if I ran core wood all the way to here, I can do everything that I wanted to do. Let's go ahead and try that. Where's my core wood? That's fine. Here's core. Alright, so let's give it a shot. I need to start side here. And it's going to run up all the way through here. So I'm going to go... Boom. That side, and then let's go upstairs. Okay, so the core wood is all the way up. Let me just make sure it doesn't poke through. Can't let it happen. So we're gonna have to like manually place it, I think. Does that look tacky? Not enough for me to care. Okay. That'd be fine. I'll make it work. But now you can see right here, this side's super green, so it should compensate. Actually, is there like another way I could lay down some support on this side? It's starting to become dark, so I need to sleep soon. Actually, I need to get my rested buff. So I'm going to sleep and get my rested buff same exact time. Can I do it? I can. Which means I'll get raided, I'm sure. And it'll probably rain, because that's my luck. Alright, so we're doing pretty good. We're getting this up and running. Oh yeah, we were going to look for a possibility to lay down some foundational support. I think I actually might do it dead center. Does that screwy wooey with my... I mean, it kind of does, huh? Wish it was not dark, and I wish this stuff was repaired. But it does add a lot of stability. You know, it really doesn't look that bad, honestly. I think it looks fine. It kind of blends in a little bit to it, so I'm not upset. Okay, we'll make it work. I like it. And more importantly, it'll do what I want it to do. I'm going to create some scaffolding here. That way I can kind of do. So where is the dead center? So if this is dead center, I think it is. So I kill those two. That'd be 1, 2, 3. So if I kill those two, it'd be 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Where I create a pole on each side. And then just auto snap it. Cool. And then let's take my corner piece, which is here. Actually, I need to figure out if I want to go a 2-meter block or a 4-meter block. Let me actually jump down. Let me eat my food because I'm about to die. Actually, it's not. Yeah, 4 would be too much. Yeah, I think this would be perfect. Okay. Let's go back up. And done. And then now I can create a little bit of like kind of like a trim, if you want to call it that. Make it look nice. Do the same here. I mean, it's hard to make the shingles, or not shingles, but like the little wood here look good, but do what we can with what we got. Damn it, I'm so close to finishing this little piece right here. Okay, we're almost there. Let's grab the rest of the wood, make it happen. Take your core wood back. Where'd I grab it from? Here. And it is... No. Alright. Actually, I think I have some leftover wood. I'll just grab it, because we're so close to the edge of the build there. Alright, we are back. I grabbed some more wood here. Just a few stacks, just to kind of, from the forest over there. I want to try to see if we can eat our honey. No, I guess we're close. I forget exactly what minute you can kind of... I know, like, the flashing portion of it. It's supposed to identify when you can do it, but I still like to... There it is. It is 8 minutes, is what I thought. Okay, that's fine. I just like to maintain... Honey's free anyhow, so there's really no, like, reason not to. I think I actually might just leave that off. For one, no one's going to be able to see it from up there, so it should be whatever. Alright, so we got that squared away. I like it. Hopefully you guys like it. Then I gotta create the... I think I actually just might create more of like core beams kind of coming off of here to kind of create that support. I think that'll look kind of cool, but for now let's try to see if we can get the overhang to this side right here. Which, how I'm going to do the overhang is pretty simple on this side, which is you basically just do, what do you call this thing? A little 1 meter block here, and then you kind of just come up. Just like you did before, except for what instead of using the filler in spot, I like to use just a regular piece of wood here. And then, yeah, I heard a break, don't worry. That's fine. We'll just get this one up. Kind of like get them to match each other. Oops, other way. And then I should be able to apply an X that comes off of the top, and it'll look good. Oops. And all right, so that one's going to be pretty simple. The other one's going to be a little bit more complex. Yeah. This one's probably going to be bottom 3, I think. Or bottom 1, I think. Yeah, bottom 1. Okay. And then this. That should be good. Boom. Alright. Overhang on that side is complete. Let's make a little bit of the trim on the front end so it's not as, you know, scraggly. Okay. Let's just apply it to the same to the back. If I can even reach that high. Oh lord, the back is gonna need some the back's gonna need some accountability there. That's okay. We will get there. We'll probably do that last as far as getting that portion done. Of course, we have the forces moving. Okay, let's get geared up. Alright. Come on, boys. Let's go. Okay. What you got, son? So I should be able to re-stagger the brute. I'm gonna save this for this guy. Oh. Oh, I didn't even see him. It's alright. We'll be okay. We can survive probably 2 blasts. Anything more than that, I think we gotta, like, probably heal up. Might as well get the block skill going. Okay, so this is gonna be awkward. There we go. Oh my, let's do it a 3rd time. Come on. Lord almighty. His, like, block is so awkward. Or be able to block his attack is so awkward, is what I meant to say here. Let's just do this. This is where I'm going to put my wood. We probably got about 1 more raid out of my sword before we have to go repair it. Okay, well, we did need the wood, so thank you, I guess. Okay, and everything else is trash. Alright, we are so close to finishing our build. Well, at least as far as the shell. There you go. That looks like it's on purpose. Okay. Alrighty. Guess we could take out this build. Okay, what was I doing before I got rudely interrupted? Oh yeah, I was working on the how am I going to do this. Alright, so I'm thinking that I do... I kind of want to go from a different level. I have an idea. Okay. So the idea is this, right? Let's go ahead and try to not carry that much wood. Do I want to do this? I don't mind it. But I was thinking was kind of like creating a either an opposing peak. What I mean by that is, I'm not sure if it's even correct terminology, but the way I see it is makes sense. But kind of have like the peak kind of go the opposite direction. Which, if that's the case, then what I would have to do is this, right? And then what if I did one more? And then this. Or no, it would have to be a... there. And then, obviously, I'm gonna clamp this thing into the ground. That's already in blue, that's fine. Alright, does that function? Or just a smaller roof, right? I mean, what if I... Alright, let's go ahead and actually get another workbench over here. I need this space. I'm trying to figure out what is gonna be what. Oh, I need to get that rusted buff. And I think I need to get my freaking... I need to build the builds. As much as I want to go out there and play with the world, I think I need to kind of like create my 3 main buildings, which is my tavern, or not tavern, I'm going to say kitchen. It's more of a kitchen than it would be a tavern, but kind of create that build right after this one. Ah, I see, okay. Okay. Anyways, I think I can get that to work. And I'm hoping, maybe I just do, because I'm trying to like think, instead of having an opposing peak, maybe have the same size peak, or same slant of a peak, but it basically just peaks, you know, 1 notch down, rather than going up. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to head over to here, repair my sword, then sleep. More than likely it is I will get raided, which will be whatever. And somehow I think that, like, I think I can get raided. I swear it's like minutes in between. Okay, while I'm here, let's just prepare all that good stuff. Alright. Oh yeah, then sleep. Once again, you run ahead of the warriors, the weight of the father's axe at your hand. You wake with a war cry on your lips. Could you imagine? You just wake up and you start screaming like you're freaking preparing for battle. At least I have my roof up now. On that portion at least. I don't have to worry about any more wood degrading. Okay, but I do actually need to finish this. I just thought of that. It should be fine. I mean, yeah, I'll make that work. And then I ran out of wood. That's a later Dean problem. I'll cut that out. Alright. So how do we go here? Okay, let's go to the same format, right? So we go boom, 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 boom. And that'll create a little bit of an off, you know, the same size here. I want to avoid having the same size roof type, otherwise it'll look kind of, you know, too much of the same. So we're gonna do the same stuff as far as this, but it's just gonna be a smidge lower. And see what we can do. Actually, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna get serious with that. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. I kind of want it to be more outdoorsy, so do whatever we need to do. So let's do that. And boom. And then boom, and then create my X. Alright, sweet. And then I'll be happy with that. So let's go ahead and lay down the roofing. Oh, I need more wood. Okay. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Boom. Yeah, that'll work. And then I'll probably extend some more of this, what do you call it? Of this thing here. That way I can place my, you know, my kilns and smelters and all that good stuff. But for the most part, that's pretty much going to be that. And then I just gotta basically, I'll just lay that right here. Basically just gotta organize it for, you know, I gotta build a window. Okay, what's bugging me most, and I can't let it go, is all this forest is moving again. Alright. Fuck what I was doing, I guess. Okay. Alright, stamina's much harder in the... I mean, the birds are really the only thing that can kind of kill me. So, if I don't have enough stamina, it's going to be kind of like rough. There he is. Where's the shaman? Probably stuck in the water somewhere. Alrighty. Let's get everything in the chests and out of my way. Go back to doing what I was doing, which was trying to clean up the house. Okay. And everything else can leave except for the wood, of course. I'll take that. Alright, we need one more thing of wood. Alright, let's repair. So at least now that if I repair everything, it's only going to be damaged by being attacked. You don't have to worry about the, what do you call it, the rain being the reason why it looks like crap. Okay. Yeah, I think all that would be good. Okay. I'll repair the backside. Probably the last when I'm over there trying to fix things up, but I just needed to kind of clean up for the most part. Once my brain kind of hits that a spot where it's like it obsesses over something, I kind of gotta deal with it. Call it OCD, whatever. I'm not really sure, but But like I was like, man, I just need to fix the water damage. Alright, and that'll be sufficient for now. Alright, let's try to see if we can... Oops. There we go. Okay. Take care of this window. You know, I'll just leave it like this. What do I want to do? I want to do... What if I did something like this? No, it's not going to work. I need another height. Yeah, maybe a small one. And then maybe an upside down one. What if I did this? Kind of looks silly, but how did it clip onto that? You're joking me. Okay. It is this way, right? Yes, it is. Eh. I mean, at least it has a pattern. And then from here, I can kind of just do... Right? Can't remember if that was on the inside or outside. More likely inside. Nope, can't do that. I think I did it from the inside, though. Oh, I did it on top. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. I'll fix it from here. Actually, I want to do it from like this. Alright, I mean, that's pretty much going to be the shell for now. Obviously, we still have a lot of the decorating on the inside as well as on the outside, but for the most part, I'm happy with the way it looks. It's going to serve its utility as well as it's going to function look pretty good. I can have like a lot of wiggle room here to kind of like make it look, you know, decorative as well as, you know, functionality portions of it. Let me go up to the inside and repair anything that needs to be repaired. Yeah. Alright, well, let's go ahead and head back home and try to see if I can... Actually, you know what? Let's do this portion of the railing. That will look much better as far as God dang it. That kind of goes. And then there. All the rest that kind of has like a nice little walkway here. And then I can pretty much put like sconces, not sconces, maybe like standing torches kind of like right here, and kind of like, you know, create obviously lighting throughout the build. This right here, I think I might just leave open. I might create some sort of like zigzag pattern with core pieces of wood here, kind of like something similar like this, or something like that to kind of like create like it look like it's on purpose. But for the most part, from afar, I'm not upset with it, right? So I'm just gonna basically kind of like add some pop into here and add some pop over there on the sides, fix the back, and then call it a trip, then load it up. But all right, guys, well, that's going to be it for this one. It was a pretty long, lengthy video, but I kind of wanted to at least get the major shell out when it comes to building our crafting station here. Obviously, it's not fully complete, but for the most part, I got like an idea of kind of like what I want it to look like, and basically we can make it happen. So, all right, guys, well, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Peace.